Hello artists, welcome to yet another episode of Moments with Lola. We have taken all obligations to raise awareness about certain health related issues, travel and tourism, beauty and beautification, and you all know entertainment. My name is Orishada Ridamlola, the two-time survivor of a painting. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, Lola.
I'm fine, thank you, sir. Thank you very much for coming. So, just what I told my audience, I said I would like you to, I want you to introduce yourself properly to us, so everyone will know. Oh yes, I think Lola brought a doctor to show this, so they need to know doctor.
My name is Dr. Sunday Ulukayode Oyefule.
So about your childhood, like how medicine had an impact on you.
In my childhood, I believe I was a bit lucky to have been born into a family of learned people. My father was an education officer around this Ajigule, Ajiromi area then. And my mom was a teacher who ended up being a headmistress. In my childhood was not so eventful like any other child, playing around, doing
How do you say that?
doing everything a child does. So I used to do that, and the amazing thing was that, or the turning point was, my father had a friend who was a doctor who used to call at our house occasionally. So that day when he came calling, he came to visit my father. He was in suit, and a white coat was in his hand. So what we call lab coat, or the clinical coat, we call it clinical coat, but the laboratory people call it lab coat, was on his hand. So he kept that, he gave that to his driver, and then came in, and I greeted him and all that. So we went to our sitting room, speaking with daddy and all that. When I saw him, something kept me around him. I was supposed to just leave, but I didn't leave. So he now called me. How are you? What's your name? And I told him, look, Coyote. It's okay, Coyote. Would you like to be a doctor? It was as if he was.
He knew he knew.
Really, I must confess, it was not in my mind. Because at that age, maybe 5 years old, we're just playing, and I hadn't even started primary school. So I didn't know what learning was all about.
Wow.
But I loved the man. I liked the way he was, very clean and neat. So I said, yes, I would. So that was how it came into my subconscious mind.
Okay, should we say that you got inspired by him?
Yes, seeing
him, and let's say
the neatness in him.
Yes,
that
already inspired you.
Inspired me. This man, and he had a car and a driver there. At that time, that was early 60s. He had a driver, so that means it was whatever he was doing, he was a successful guy. So that was how I clicked to it.
So what really made you choose the path of the family physician?
Okay, family physician. When by the time I started medicine and I finished, I had made up my mind that I would be in private practice, because it was not so lucrative being in government practice. So I chose that, and being a private practitioner gave me a broad spectrum of many things to do.
Yes, sir. So knowing what you know now, what would you say to someone who is considering pursuing a career?
Yeah. Medicine is beautiful, but the most important thing that will keep somebody going is the interest in the game. A lot of sacrifices is expected from the doctor, and some sacrifices you may not be even you may not even collect monetary reward,
Hmm.
because when you go beyond the expectation of your patient, because to be a good family physician, your patients are just like you. So you need to be one step ahead. You must know that different types of patients are there. Some patients are looking for your downfall. Some patients are looking for ways of suing you. So Nigeria is not Nigeria of the 60s now. We are in a modern Nigeria. So when you are practicing, you must practice it. You must practice within the ethics of your profession. You must not go beyond.
You must go beyond the fact.
You must not go beyond. If you go beyond, you must, before you go beyond, you get go ahead from the patient or the family. When they give you a go ahead to do something, they never relent on you. They never turn their back on you. But if you go and do something without getting their go ahead, and you run into trouble, you're on your own.
So, sir, in your own opinion, what are some of the biggest problems in healthcare nowadays, today?
Now, modern healthcare, we are on HMO now. Everybody going through insurance system. The problem we practitioners have with insurance people are that, ironically, most of them, in fact, 95% of them are doctors. But when they now get to the helm of affairs of insurance, they turn against us, as if we are not their colleagues. The colleague they used to call us before. So it will now be like master-servant relationship. So
wow.
They owe us money, they won't pay. If they want to pay, they will pay after holding your funds for too long. And they will be sending their patients to you to be a continuum. So you continue treating. So by March, they will now send they'll settle the bill of January. By June, they will be able to settle the bill of March. So that is the only thing we have against them. But for now, that's the trend of things. So we have to key into it. But everybody is keying into it one way or the other.
So, sir, what is the common misconception that people have about family practice?
Misconception. Okay, maybe they look at us like the first degree doctor they've been seeing before. They won't come to the reality that we are special.
Yes.
We too are specialists in family medicine. So that is one thing. That is what that people don't realize. And then, being your family friends, some of them don't even believe that they have to pay their bills. You've already know me. I know your MD now. You will treat. When your MD comes, we'll talk about the bill. When they meet a younger doctor there, who now will say, no, unless this bill is paid, you won't do it. And a call will be put through to you wherever you are. Say, okay, who is the person? Just give him tell him you should see me when I come back. I won't be back until next tomorrow, but continue. So they fail to realize that family and business are two different entities. But ironically, modern friends know it. Modern friends know it. But those that don't know it, they are not much now. They are not much in terms of numbers. But some people still keep to that. Some Alhaji will say, how much is it? Why are you keeping them in the hospital when they are okay? Hey, how much is money? When you say how much is money and the people there say your bill is, you are contesting it. Why are you contesting if you know that how much?
Since you said that much, is it to contest?
That is the kind of guys we have as friends in Nigeria.
Just during your experience, like your medical school, what is something that you really experienced that you always remember? Like, I remember this thing.
Second year, the first semester of my second year. Back then in University of Ibadan, where our program was divided into three parts. Part 1 MBBS, Part 2 MBBS, and Part 3 Finance. Okay. Those for 5 years. So for the first 3 semesters, after those 3 semesters, we were to do exams in anatomy, physiology, and biochemistry. And on passing those 3 exams, you'll be able to move to your clinical school, to the clinical school at UCH. At that point, when I was in the last semester of my program, of my Part 1 MBBS program, I lost my father. So if not that my mom was working and was educated enough and I knew what education was, I probably wouldn't be a doctor. Because medicine is not a course you can do or you can read, putting it as a part-time course. You'll be working somewhere and you'll be coming to do medicine. It's all or none.
You need to dedicate your whole time, your whole life,
everything you have to dedicate it. Otherwise, you will not pass. Because those that are even doing it 100%, some of them have, some of us there had references, and some after their reference they will still fail and they will be kicked out of the medical school. They'll go to the Faculty of Science to read anything science, biochemistry, zoology, or non-medicine. Or if you still want to read medicine, you then will have to do JAMB again and go to another university. That's how bad it was. But my mom was strong enough, was up to the task, and it was amazing.
And the reason why your mom was up to the task was because she was working.
She was working.
So, sir, what can you say, or how can you advise men that prefer their wives to be at home, not to work? Like, assuming your mom wasn't working then, I'm 100% sure that
there is no way I could.
No guarantee.
No, there is no way. You know, all the families, all the extended families, they have their own problems. When your father dies, they will say, yes, we'll be there for you, don't worry. The first month after the death of your father, they will look at you from the upstairs, see that it's you, and they will tell them that, say, I'm not in for that boy. I'm not in. And when you come, they will give you a bottle of Coke and all that. Say, Daddy is not in. Daddy has traveled. Yeah. But Daddy said that you come and collect something. Like what? Money? I didn't leave any money. Okay. When you go there twice, the third time you will not go and embarrass yourself. You know that since you are not dead, there has to be other things to opportunities.
So automatically, when one loses one of his parents and the family say, don't worry, we'll be there for you. So it means that it's a no-go area with the family.
Honestly speaking, there are families and there are families. There are families that will take it up. And there are, for example, when my own younger sister died, I took over her children. But that is my own younger sister. But somebody who doesn't look at me as his younger brother and looks at me as a nephew,
cousin, distant nephew.
And then when he too has like 5, 6, 7 children with 2, 3 wives to cope with, and you are coming with your problem. If he settles it now, he won't settle it next time.
Like,
am I the only person? Let me come with Baba. I know all that. So, but my own case is special. I took over 2 of my sister's children when those children were 5 years, 3 years or 5 years or 7 years, thereabouts. And I was there for those children to give their degrees of the university. But I was not the only person. My other younger brothers were there. The father of those children too was there for them. But I was just there as the mother of those children. I was taking the role of my own younger sister, taking them to school, buying provisions. The father took responsibility on their school fees, only school fees. But what is involved is more than school fees in taking care of a child. So all that is involved that my own sister was supposed to do, I did it, and I did my own for my own children. And my wife was there for all of them. I see, she's the mother of all of them. So that was the only luck that those children had. My wife did not look at them as a foreigner, look at them as not us. We all took our resources together and responsible to take care of them. They are big guys now. One of them is in England, the other one is working there and enjoy Nigeria now. So what that is what a family is all about. A family man must know that anything may happen. And if it happens, the rest that are left behind should come to rescue of those children. Because if my own children are well educated and they are on top, and my sister's children are down, those children, how would they be looking at themselves? They will not look at themselves as cousins and nephews and all that again. They will say your father had the opportunity of doing something. He neglected us. This. And if I grow old and I bear my ancestors, those children will not like my own children. But now they are like brothers and sisters. They come to my house, they sleep, they go, they take, just as if they are my own biological children. That is what I think we Nigerians should do for ourselves. Nobody prays for anything like that to happen. But when it happens, you must be alert to take care of those children.